Hello, friends. Today is Hop into Easter. Our host is Six Kids and a Glue Gun and Brenda from Rustic and Lace. Please check out their channel and the playlist in the description box for more Easter videos. And please like, share, and subscribe to all of our friends because you know they have amazing content. Today, Terry will be painting on a screen a little Easter bunny.
And I couldn't even hold it on my lap upright because it wouldn't fit in my building. And then everything knocked over, and it was just a horrible, horrible mess. But screen doors were always very popular for me. But I don't do them anymore because you can't mail them. So Hobby Lobby, I believe, no longer has these. Let me get some more paint. Because I got them when they were discontinued. So I've got quite a few of them. And they're nice because they're different. They're not, they're not just wood. And I could put like a felt background on the back. And I could actually put lights in there. So it would light up. And so when I first started doing screens, I didn't know how to paint them. That was 25 years ago. And so I would just paint on them, and you would have to look at them at an angle to even see the painting. Well, then I learned to fill in the holes with, I buy gallons back when I did a lot of them, but now you can just use texture medium and fill in most of the holes. It doesn't matter that they're not all filled because it does take away, it gives it personality. Let's say that, when you can see through some of the holes. So I decided I'd make it more for spring rather than Easter. And actually, once you get that texture on, it's really a smooth surface. So it makes it nice to paint on. I love them done with snowmen though, and then put white twinkling lights behind it. They're pretty. And I do need to get up, and in my loft is where I store them, and get them all finished up. So I've got a lot of them. So I just I don't draw out a pattern or anything. I just kind of come up with a pattern in my head. Just decided I'd do a rabbit in a flower pot. And then you just kind of shape it out like you would do when you're base coating. And then it's just coloring in the blanks. It's so much easier than painting on wood too. Oh, it's just some that I got off. It's modeling paste. Any of them work. I don't know if I got this at Hobby Lobby or if I got it on Amazon. Sometimes I get it on Amazon because I don't use modeling paste very often, so it usually goes bad on me before I ever get it used up. And it's different, especially when it came to craft shows. it always had to be something different, something that, you know, people didn't have. And so that's why I did a lot of screens back then. But they were mainly, they weren't anything this fancy. They were window screens and door screens. But man, those big doors, especially if I put a big snowman, and then I'd put garland going up the side of the door, add in some pine cones and decorate the garland, and then I'd twist in 200 to 300 lights. Oh my gosh, they were just absolutely gorgeous. And they all, in fact, you know, a screen door was the first thing I ever got $100 for. I think it was $125. And I thought I won the lottery the first time I made $125 on one item at a craft show. I was ecstatic. And then people started, the best one is the lady that just lives a couple blocks over from me. She brought me her grandmother's screen door from her original house from when she was growing up, and so I painted it with a snowman, and she sets it outside on her porch every year. So I thought that was cool, getting, you know, we all had grandmas with their screen doors, and she actually had it from her grandma's house. That was back when I painted on anything. It's like people would bring me the oddest things to paint, but I did like it because it stretched my imagination. The oddest thing they ever brought me was an airplane propeller. And it wasn't even really that big, but it was off of her grandfather's airplane. I painted an Americana Uncle Sam on one side and a snowman on the other. Okay, so we got a face here, right? Sometimes I got to talk to myself, so. All right, we got a rabbit. That's all that counts, right? We got the rabbit. Good morning, Dusty. Nadia, painting is so easy. You don't have to have nothing but go to Walmart and buy some paint. And they've even got surfaces there. I tell you, I'm the kind that wants to do it all, but I've figured out I can't do it all. So I've got rid of a lot of crafting type supplies, and it's just like, I just want to paint. And you can't really mess it up. I always say that when my grandma taught me how to crochet, it was like I lost interest the first couple of times that I would do a chain stitch or whatever, and then try to keep it going. And then it was so horrible to have to undo all of it because your tension's not right. That didn't take me long to decide I was never going to be a knitter or a crocheter. Hi, Danette. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Cynthia. Oh, you can paint it real. Yeah. I have a painting membership, and I hear that a lot, but all it is, it really is practice. It's not anything. I was not a naturally born painter at all. I was not at all. I had to learn. I had to learn because my daughter was 3 years old and wouldn't go to a babysitter when I tried to go back to work. And so I had to find something to something to do to make money. And so I taught myself how to paint. And then went to craft shows. And then we did really well at it, though. My husband was able to quit his job after a couple years, and we did craft shows from 1999 all the way until I went live in, I think 2019 was the last year, and we'd only done 3 craft shows that year. But been online ever since. Now, I will say it's probably harder to design something on your own, but to take somebody's line drawing, then it's a lot easier. So I do notice that. It's easy for me to come up with designs, but that's where some people struggle. But there's so many patterns out there that my paint's getting icky. Put a nose in here. And on a screen, you don't have to shade and highlight. That's the thing about painting. Anybody can paint and base it in, but once you learn how to shade and highlight, which is no big deal, but once you learn how to do that, it just transforms your painting. And so it's not near as technical as people may think. And sometimes things are just intimidating. It's like, I can't decoupage for nothing. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I don't have the patience to let it dry, but I've tried a couple times and it's like, I fail. So I gave up trying. You know what? Because if I put a wrinkle or something in it, I pretty much ruined it. With paint, you can go right over it. There is no wrong way to paint. Let's scoot you over here just a little bit more. There is no, all you have to do is go right over it and you're good. I kind of really want to go in there with this brush, but I know it's too wide. Just get some of this paint off my brush here. But these are cute because you can actually just prop them up next to something instead of just putting them, on the wall. And this is the part I like. I like making it come to life. I'm not patient to base coat it, but aw, Polly, I bet you do really good. Once you learn to shade and highlight, you're good. Oh, thank you, Pamela. Hi, Deborah. Cindy, I made your cake this morning. I have a birthday party to go to today, and I've got to bring food, and I'm not, well, let's say my cooking skills are not great. So I made some kind of dump cake, and thankfully Cindy gave me a recipe last night while I was live. So you can see just adding a little bit of white, how that's kind of transforming and making it look a little bit different. And it's giving it some dimension in there. We don't want it to look like a new flower pot. We just want to kind of muddy it down a little bit. And then I need a very, let's see. I'm loving this artichoke green. It's my favorite color right now, and that's what color we're going to paint the screen. Thank you, Shirley. It doesn't do anything to the screen. Sometimes when you wipe your texture on, you have to flip it over and push it in that way. But nope. In fact, I've painted on screens like that one lady's, that was her grandmother's. There was a rip in it, and I just positioned the snowman so that where the rip was, I could put it right over the edge of the scarf, and then I added greenery, like something on his scarf. So you can actually put wire in, like if I had some green raffia, I could make a little bow and I could attach it with wire in those holes. Well, it does look like a heart, doesn't it? So I'm anxious to see all the things that everybody comes up with today. I'll be in the car for most of the day. It's a 2-hour trip to where I'm going, so I'll have plenty of time to watch. I do have to stop off at the Amish grocery store and buy some food, though. I made a cake. That was about all they're going to get from me is a cake. Now I figure I'll stop and at the Amish store and buy some homemade bread and some jams and jellies and all that kind of stuff and call it homemade. Sorry, I forgot to get my dark green out. I can get some whoopie pies. I can get all the good stuff. So I'm pretty happy with just purchasing. You loved crocheting? Ooh, Charlotte. That doesn't sound good. I hope you get better soon. This screen was bought at Hobby Lobby. Oh, thank you, Sheila. And I think that it was during their kind of a clearance, so I'm not sure that they still sell them, but I'm sure you could buy them somewhere. 'Cause I bought a lot of them when they went on clearance. Oh, I wish I still had the wrapping. I think I only paid like $1 something for this size. But then I told all the ladies in my painting group, so we all went to all of our different Hobby Lobbies, and we stocked up because they are very easy to paint on. I mean, who's going to tell? It's rough anyway. So, usually on wood you have to, I like to make sure that it's nice and smooth, but on here it's like nobody's going to tell because it's all rough. Back when you'd color in your coloring book, remember that in grade school? And then you'd trace a darker line around the outer edge. I love doing that. And it's really not that much different. Man, I'm doing good on time. I'm never this good. So see, it's even, I just painted a chick the other day and it was supposed to be a 23-minute video and it turned into 3 hours. And then I always say that, and then at the end I'm still painting. See, and I'm not a bow maker either. I don't know how to make a bow, but wouldn't a bow with an empty packet of carrot seeds incorporated into it somehow? That would look cute. My creativity finally kicks in once I start painting, and this morning I was like, what the heck am I going to paint? Because I do have, this is what I was going to paint, was this coffee carafe, and I was going to do it in yellow, but it's so cold outside. Normally my husband would spray paint it yellow, and I was like, it's going to take me too many coats to try to get it on with a brush, so. Let's put some cracks in here. Crack there. Oh, you know what? I may have to turn my camera because I think I want to put a word on there now. Gosh darn it. Hi, Sandy. It's 11:50. I have 13 minutes. I'm good. I am good. Oops. I shouldn't have. And I am going to be auctioning this off. Probably. I auction a lot of my stuff off And I just start the auction when anybody wants to start the auction. So my bids always start at $2. So we can wait till a little bit later. But it's going for a great cause. Okay, let's get in there around his face, and before I shade that, I want to make sure it's dry, otherwise I'm going to create a mess. After I'm done today, crafting with Kimber is up next. I was fumbling around with my phone, and my phone would not let me attach the group name when I went to put my description in. So as soon as I'm done, I'm going to go back and put that in here. And Sherry, you can put it in the comments too to make sure that you go over and join the event page so that you don't miss out on anything today. Because there's 15 different presenters today. You won't want to miss any of them. What I love about these events is they're all different. All different. In the see, it's just adding in a little bit of detail that will make a world of difference. Just want to make that look like a kind of a very used terracotta pot. Ah, he's pretty darn cute. I usually don't paint until the end of the evening at night. I don't paint that much in the morning, so I was kind of scared going into it. Okay. Add in just a little bit of additional detail, because I always think that just the little added extras really make a difference. His eyes will now appear more without saying my eyes are sinking into his head, it's kind of exactly that. And so this is what shading and highlighting can do. I could put a little mouth on him. I mean a little tongue. I think I like it like that. So I'm going to show you just what adding that little bit of gray will do for your face. Just a tiny bit. It doesn't have to be a whole lot, but it just kind of made his eyes come to life. Oh, we got bidding going on already. Mary Collins is at $28. And Beth Ann is at $30. It is... Okay. Let me go ahead and start the frame. because I'm sure I'm going to see some more little spots that need to be worked on. Okay, let's get that. This color is going to just set this off. And what's good about a screen is if you mess it up, you just go over it with a little bit of black and it opens, it hides it. So if I had, you know, little white marks, which I usually end up dragging paint. Actually, I'm out of room on my palette, so we're going to have to go over here to get enough paint out. And I always admire all of them with their manicures and beautiful nails, and I come on and I'm just, paint is all over the place. I have a mess. And what did I do? Did I put out the wrong color? I did. Actually, we're going to make our own color. Just close your eyes at the mess I create when I paint. I am not a neat painter. Ooh, but I like that color. And then I spray it with the clear outdoor sealer. And that paint will not come off. Well, and it'll bring the colors out. Once you seal something, the colors will pop better. Oh, I'm doing good. I got 8 minutes. I'm pretty proud of myself today. Oh. Pretty color. Pretty, pretty. All right, we're gonna hit it with the blow dryer. And I will have to get up in there. I see some missed spots, but hi Linda, thank you. Hi Roxana. I kind of used Anita's Basil and Artichoke Heart by Anita's. I never use the same colors when I go buy paint. Very few colors do I ever look at the name and buy them that way. I just look at the bottom of the bottles and throw them in my cart. But it is very pretty. I like this color. So we're going to put a word on it because I can and because I have time. So that means I can do it. If I was running out of time, I wouldn't, but we're good. We got 7 minutes, and we'll keep the bidding going. I'll actually look at the bids about 1 minute until we're done. Yeah, I did miss some stuff up there, but I'll go over the frame again. Thank you, Stephanie. Thanks, Beth. Ooh, I could put diamond dust on it, couldn't I? You know what? It doesn't matter to me which page you're on because I gave up my Facebook monetizing anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. They didn't like my June